Exciting news! The roadmap has dropped for 2026, and I must say it's not the most complete roadmap I've ever read in my life because there's not really any dates attached to very much of this, but there are some really interesting topics to talk about. First up though, Dark Caster and Blademaster are the next line of classes that are set to have changes made to them, so they've not been forgotten, which is great. So there's going to be various, I don't know, it's probably going to be a mixture of buffs and general remakes similar to what we've seen in the past. Berserker class is scheduled for late spring, that is 95% done, and interestingly, CardClasher and PaladinSlayer are also listed here. We were made aware of CardClasher potentially being re-released along with the card sets to HeroMart. That must be a couple years ago that was announced. Time is really flying by. That's just off the top of my head. I mean, it could have only been a year ago, but it feels a bit longer than that. But hopefully it will make a restock. That was the two things growing up I always wanted, was CardClasher and the cards. Also that Artix figure, and was it a Gravelin or was it a Sepulchre figure? Whichever one it was, one of the two. Probably one of the headlines of this video that maybe frightened some people was where I said Legion Revenant changes. You don't get overly many Legion Revenant clickbait opportunities, so you got to utilise them when you do. Long story short though, it's Arcane Shield and Event Horizon auras, featured on other classes similar such as Mage and Enforcer as well. There's a little breakdown of it on screen now, exactly how that's going to change, so what it does currently, but the updated one is going to damage reduction will be applied after all other calculations has been done. When this goes live, we plan to remove all the Arcane Shield and Event Horizon counter auras from bosses, update the Legion Revenant class, space, keep an eye on the early game classes that use these auras, and make any changes if needed. You'll also note they don't have an exact date set for this change yet, but they're going to keep us updated, so we'll see. And there's a little example there down below if you'd like to have a little read of exactly what all of that means. Next up, this is really interesting what they're going to do with this. Experience points. After reaching level 100, your character still gains XP from slaying monsters and completing quests, but it has no effect on your character. And they have rightfully said that is no fun. So they're brainstorming some new ideas on ways they could incorporate XP earned beyond level 100 without increasing the level cap. The level cap's not going to change. We kind of knew that already. One of the things I was thinking off the top of my head, when you play old school RuneScape and reach the max level in one of your skills, which is level 99, you can then set targets beyond that up to like a level 127. Maybe in Avenge Quest you could just get some XP vouchers or something and convert them into another resource. In other news, there is also two upcoming classes. So the end of the Flame Beyond saga is going to have a scale class that is scheduled in, which is really exciting. It's probably going to be quite a long, hard farm, I would expect, if it's the end of a saga, which we always look forward to, and we'll make sure to live stream us going through getting that, so we'll have to see exactly what that's about. Some slight changes to how you can farm Sovereign of Storms, and then the other class is the Infinity Hero class that was announced with the Kickstarter, but does require you to spend $25 in order to obtain it. However, everyone, we are now at the end of this little update video. As always, if you are new, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, leave the video a like, and we'll be back to have a look at whatever this weekend's weekly event brings out for us.